Welcome to the Mitten Music, your favorite podcast about music in relation to the great state of Michigan. Jeff and myself, Ryan, we got a great episode up for you. Check it out.
Yeah, so Ryan, what have you been doing with the Sonic Coast? Well, yeah, you go. We both kind of jointly did something, and then you stuck around with it.
Well, if anyone's interested in what the Sonic Coast is, we did an episode with Brian Maloney, the owner and creator of the Sonic Coast streaming internet radio station that is Michigan music first, Great Lakes, great grooves.
Yeah, you got it down
right. So the Sonic Coast is a streaming online only radio station, plays a majority, I want to say like 80% Michigan music. Maybe not 80, maybe 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50 is probably right.
Michigan music by Michigan artists. And other than that, they could be a national artist that has the same vibe as, country, bluegrass. There's a lot of classic rock sounding stuff, but they're, deep cuts. It's not just the, like, they'll play, some David Bowie, right? But none of the singles that you would have heard over the years, just something like not a random song, but a good song off one of his older albums, whatever.
Right.
So
it's still a hit, kind of.
Yeah.
But it's a lesser known, lesser played.
So Brian approached myself and you after, a while after we did our interview with him, saying, hey guys, do you want to do like the DJ radio spots for the Sonic Coast? So we tried it out, and Jeff fell off the bandwagon real quick.
Well,
for good reason. I say that in jest.
At some point, I hope maybe we get back into it. But
Jeff's been busy. Both Jeff and I, we got kids. We're both very involved in our work and our jobs, doing a lot of stuff. And at our church, we do a lot of work there, among other stuff, right? And you just didn't have the time to pull that off. And I honestly, in reality, should have followed suit. But this is my jam, man. I dreamt about being a radio DJ from like second grade.
Yeah.
You know what I used to do? And we've talked about this before.
Yep.
I used to make up little DJ spots. I had a Talk Boy, Home Alone, the original Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, right? He's got this thing called a Talk Boy where a little microphone cassette tape you could record over it. I would record on my alarm clock the songs I like to make my own mixtape, and I would add my own little in between.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is Ryan. Yeah, this next one is, and I would say the next song that I wanted to record. I couldn't record it. I couldn't do this like it was. It would take like weeks to get this mixtape going, because then I had to wait for the song and just introduce to go on my alarm clock so I could record it next. Oh, it was good times. But like that kind of stuff. I remember doing movie reviews too, like when I was in 6th grade by myself on the Talk Boy.
That's awesome.
Actually, I think it was only one movie. It was Gremlins 2. I remember talking about Gremlins 2 for an hour into my Talk Boy.
Don't you wish you had that tape still?
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's somewhere.
Yeah.
Like my wife probably, I have so much junk. She's like, oh, for sure it's in there.
Right. Yeah, I know. You're talking about mixed, it's kind of sidetracked, but mixed tapes, you had to time it right. You get it cut off or whatever. You might not get it exactly lined up right. And, people were worried about you can't play a whole album straight forward because somebody might just record it all. I'm like, they did, but it was a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Sorry, we got lost track on the Sonic Coast thing. So it was my jam. I want to do this. So I made it work, and it's like you get used to how it's set up and the steps, and now it goes pretty fluidly, pretty quickly.
What time are you on?
I am 8 p.m. to midnight, Monday through Friday.
Yes.
You'll hear my voice. I would say there's about 3 breaks of mine an hour.
Yeah.
So we talk. And the breaks range from 20 seconds to a minute and a half. I'm trying to get longer and longer and say more things, but the last couple months of just being comfortable with it, what I can do, what I can't do. I'm slowly expanding out, getting good feedback on that. But yeah, I love it. I think it's a riot. I do record daily, so late afternoons I'll do my recordings for that evening. But at some point when I'm really confident, I'll probably break it up into Sunday nights I'll get Monday and Tuesdays done. and then maybe Tuesday I'll do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Split it up into twice because it's like right now I'm doing it every day, so it's adding one more thing I have to get done today.
Right.
Which isn't fun, but this is really fun to me, so it makes it worth it.
Right.
Kind of thing. Kings of Strings, thanks for commenting. Is that Brian? I'm guessing it's Brian from
Brian. George.
I don't know why I said Brian. I was thinking Brian Maloney.
That's right.
Sonic Coast.
Brian Maloney.
George, I'm guessing that's you. Thanks for checking us out and listening. We'll talk about Kings of Strings later on.
Yeah, you're surely.
Yes, we will.
Well, I was going to ask you about so while you've been and I did this for a while too. Listen and I listen to the app periodically. So I'll pick different days and I'll just jump in and listen. Yeah. So what songs? Because you talked about some of these things I wouldn't have listened to normally.
Yeah.
And so what's some of the things that you've picked up that you would have not normally listened to?
To expand on that, so the vibe of Sonic Coast is bluegrass, classic rock, country, Americana,
maybe a little indie rock,
and it expands. There's rock and roll. There's some some really good stuff. There's songs that I have playlists on Spotify that we play on there. We play a lot of cool stuff, 80s, like all sorts of stuff. But surprisingly enough, like there's one artist that it's just laughable because he's popular already, and I just don't care for country or anything.
Yeah,
not that I don't care. I just never got into it really until now. I'm slowly. Chris Stapleton, I've been really digging.
Yeah,
I've never listened to like more than one or two like songs I've heard on the radio from my family. I'm digging Chris Stapleton. Who else is it? I already kind of liked May Earlwine. She's on there. We played her a little bit, but I already kind of was into her and kind of liked her.
Did you say Rebecca John?
Rebecca John. So she's, a younger gal from Traverse City area. She's rocking, dude. I love her. Her song Over It right now. I mean, I hear it all the time because we play it a lot. That song is I've been listening to her other stuff. She's awesome. Yeah. I really want to connect with her and get her on the podcast. She's cool. She's someone I would be excited to talk to.
She just kicked out another tune.
On the 11th of June, Northern Lights was released, her latest single. So check out Northern Lights by Rebecca John. Her song Over It is a pretty cool rock and pop, pop rock. I don't even want to call it pop rock, but it's catchy. It's cool. Right. She's cool. And she seems like a very cool lady. I dig her. And she's Michigan music, man.
That's right. Michigan first.
Yeah. If I think of a couple, I'm sure I'll think of a couple more over the course of tonight.
Right.
The kinds of songs that I really wouldn't listen to. But there's a couple bands, surprisingly, I'm like, how did I not know this band from Grand Rapids that they're playing on the Sonic Coast? I've never heard of them. The Hacky Turtles.
Oh, yeah. I love them. I love Hacky Turtles. I haven't told you about them?
Maybe probably not. Did.
Probably not. But
because that name is pretty striking.
It is.
If someone, hey, I'm in the Hacky Turtles. The what?
Yeah.
The Hacky Turtles. What a fun, cool, interesting name, and you remember it, right?
The vocals are very rememberable.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
And they're from Grand Rapids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the latest one they have, but like Low is it one I remember?
Got one.
Yeah. Another one like is Low that they put out, I think it was last year. Yeah, they're a cool band for sure.
But yeah, I'm loving freaking Sonic Coast, man.
Yeah.
Brian just emailed me the other day. Hey, how you doing? Everything going good? It gives me feedback once in a while, and maybe I can improve this, that, the other thing, or otherwise he's saying you're doing a great job. And like I said, I'm slowly expanding what I'm talking about. And like this last week, I talked about some of the different festivals. So like one break an hour, I would mention one festival in June that's coming up. I just kind of go for the ones with the most interesting names a lot of times. Because there's some weird freaking festival names out there. Dude.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a lot of strange ones.
Yeah,
and there's one for every day of the summer. I mean, they're all not every day of the summer, but there's so many.
Right?
It's crazy. Cool. What I was gonna talking about streaming radio. One I did want to mention, and even Brian at Sonic Coast has mentioned these guys before. So there's another one out there called Radio Cobra Detroit, out of Detroit, and actually I believe I don't know if you were still on the east side of the state when this 89X. Do you remember?
I do remember 89X.
Yeah.
I don't remember listening.
Alternative. It was like it was one of those early alternative.
I feel like I heard my friends
stations
that lived on the east side talk about it.
So I believe the guys that started 89X actually started this, and I would say it's definitely not as heavy on the Michigan music as Sonic Coast. So you definitely need to check out the Sonic Coast from Michigan music. But they do play some Michigan music. I heard Nicholas James Thomas today.
Yeah.
On there. And then they play. I would say they're more alternative rock. I mean, you'll hear Red Hot Chili Peppers on there. You'll hear Alice in Chains. I'm trying to think. I heard Rolling Stones though. There's just it's a broad range again, but it's more on that rock side than it is the Americana or the country roots and folk roots.
You know who gets played on Sonic Coast that I love to death, and I almost forgot how much I loved him, and I've been hearing songs that I haven't heard in 20, like since I was 10.
Yeah.
Peter Gabriel.
Oh,
I love him.
That guy's brilliant.
He is, and I always thought he was so weird when I was younger, and I had no idea about Genesis, and because him and Phil Collins were in Genesis, right? Yeah. And like I knew who Genesis was, but I knew who Phil Collins was when I was younger, but I had no idea they both were in Genesis. It was just when I found that out, it was like blew the lid off my head.
I mean, he's brilliant. I mean,
his videos are cool.
Videos are cool. His music, there's just so much like, it's a big wide variety of music he's got there, but he's really, really sweet.
Sledgehammer.
Yeah, but then he's got really, those are like his hits, right?
Yeah.
But then there's just so much more in his older years. Like he's not popular from any standpoint.
No.
From that standpoint, like his music's not going to be on the radio much.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's great music.
Same with Phil Collins. Like I always like Phil Collins. Like very good songwriter, very innovative. I don't know if innovative is the word I want to say, but just a huge catalog of songs. And so many are so good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those two guys, man.
Sweet.
And then Genesis, of course, themselves, they got tons of hits from them.
Oh, yeah. They were kind of a super group there.
But it was like an inverse super group. Mm-hmm. Like they split off. Like, how many other bands do you think are out there? It was a really popular band, broke apart, and some of the artists were...
There's plenty of them.
I mean, even Pink Floyd, I don't think had the caliber of what these guys had. Like David Gilmour's doing his thing, Roger Waters doing his thing, but they both still play a lot of Pink Floyd music each.
Oh, yeah.
Where I don't think Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel were playing a lot of Genesis songs when they broke off to do their things.
Right.
It's just, that's odd. That's interesting.
It is.
Huh. It's the art. It's the artists, man.
Yeah.
Those artists. Genesis, man. That was an artist band. Just like we were talking In the Valley Below the other day.
Yep.
Like I feel like they're an artist's band. Like bands like In the Valley Below. Mm-hmm. They're artistic in everything they do.
Yeah. There are the artistic likes.
Yeah, buddy.
Speaking of episodes, so we did drop that one a couple weeks ago, In the Valley Below. So if people haven't checked that out, you got to check it out. They're our first two-timer.
Yep.
And
unless you count John Sinkovich as a...
Well, but it was one episode.
The first, yeah, you're right. It was one episode.
Two episodes, one...
Broken in half.
Yeah.
It was one episode broken into two because it was such a lengthy conversation.
Yeah.
And American Hotel System, didn't we do...
Yeah, we did...
two out of...
We did two. We have actually one in the bank still.
That's right. I forgot about that.
We still have one in the bank, and we need to pull that off for some good storytelling.
Yeah, and that there was nothing relative to the time of what's going on, so we can...
Right. We can drop that anytime.
We'll save that for a little bit. But speaking of, we were talking about George from the Kings of Strings, manager or kind of promoter of the Kings of Strings. We got to talk to those guys again. It's been a while.
Yeah, well,
a couple years.
They've got some big news this week.
Yeah, coming up this weekend,
they gave us a little insight into that. This weekend, they're dropping their second album, Memento. Did I say that right? Yeah, Memento. And
George sent us the files, and I had been gone, so I haven't listened to them myself, but you played a little bit.
Yeah, I've heard a couple songs now. I'm excited to hear the whole thing.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to get through it all.
Yeah.
And then they are playing on Saturday for their album release at Livonia Spree.
Okay. Livonia.
And that's in the afternoon, I think 2 to 5 on Saturday. So shout out there to Kings of Strings. Good luck on the album release.
Absolutely.
I won't be able to make it over there.
Yeah.
But, I'm excited to hear the whole album.
Yeah, I want to hear him come back to Grand Rapids. We saw him at Turnstiles Or I did. I did.
It was
yeah.
after our interview.
Yep.
Yeah, I had something else going on.
Yeah, they did great. They did freaking great. They were awesome. I hope they come back. I feel like they could come back and open for somebody at Pyramid Scheme or something.
Yeah, that'd be good for sure.
Speaking of Pyramid Scheme, so isn't that where we were talking about Ficus, Overdrive Orchestra, Carbon Decoy? That's at the Pyramid Scheme, right?
It is.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. I'm excited for
There's a lot of good music this weekend. I know there's always festivals this time of year, but there's that show. You've got Kings of Strings now you can go to on Saturday. And then also on Friday night, I'm telling you, if you haven't been down to the Allegan Rolling on the River concert series. Now, there's concert series in every city in this state, right? I think they have a great lineup this year. They've had Pajamas there. They're going to have Chirp this weekend.
Ooh.
Wanted to see them for a long time.
It's not the Allegan County Fair.
No, this is so they have right downtown Allegan on the backside of the, I guess the downtown. There's the river. There's a river there. It's called Rolling on the River.
Rolling on the River. That's what you said.
And it's a cool. I've been down there and I saw Patty Prashela a year or two ago.
That's where you bought one of my shirts.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, it's a cool setting. They got a little social district there, so you can buy. There's a couple different places to buy alcohol, get it something to eat, and then just chill out there. But yeah, Chirps this weekend. They got Patty Prashela's coming back later in the summer. There's a couple other bands.
Jesse Ray.
Oh,
that was June 7th. It just passed.
June 7th. Oh, June 7th. Yeah.
Yeah.
American Hotel System's going to be there, I think.
Pajamas passed. Chirp is the 28th. Pocket Watch, July 5th. My friend at work.
Jazz.
My friend at work's daughter loves Pocket Watch.
Oh yeah. I saw them at Sounds of the Zoo last year, first time. Loved them.
Yeah.
A good band. Good jazz band. Jazz is back. There's a lot of jazz.
There's a lot of jazz. It's bonkers.
Yeah. And I would call. You saw Earth Radio, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. At Local Spins 2023.
I wouldn't say they're fully jazz, but they've got that feel. Right. And there's
jam band, jazzy kind of.
Yeah. And there's a couple of bands that I can't think of right now, but
American Hotel System is July 26th, August 9th, Prior Noon.
Yeah, they're country.
Who also were they just at the Hudsonville Free concert, or they were doing?
Might have been.
They were somewhere just recently, and I realized I missed them, and I'm like, oh dang, they were right down the road.
Yeah.
Also, Patty Prashela, August 30.
Yep.
I'm 100. I don't care what I'm doing August 30. I feel like I owe her. I talk about her. My girls love Patty Prashela.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And I was in Nashville, I don't know, going on a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And I was looking all over. I couldn't find her. There, it was right there. Like, it was my anniversary. My wife and I went to Nashville, right? I guess that's something we could talk. Well, let's finish. Let's finish what we're talking about, and then I'll talk about Nashville for a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, the Rolling on the River. This is awesome lineup.
It's a great lineup.
You want me to just shout out some of the other ones that I don't recognize even?
Sure.
The Fat Animals. I have not heard them. That's June 21st. Oh, shoot. That just passed. That was the other day. Kanan Wren.
Oh, yeah. She's, so she's,
Kanan Wren?
You probably have heard her on the Sonic Coast, maybe, too.
I might have.
She's 18, I think. I think she's on the East Side State. She does, though, she's got her own music, and then she also does the Taylor Swift experience. She puts on, like, a cover. She's like a cover band of Taylor Swift. At 18, she's got that figured out pretty smart early on.
Oh, for sure.
And her own music is good too. Yeah,
that's brilliant. At this day and age, to be able to cover Taylor Swift songs.
Yeah,
like my daughters would go bonkers. We just got what did we get? A signed record, a couple signed CDs of her latest album when they released. Oh my gosh, that was such a hassle getting that stuff. Thank you, Abby, at my work for helping me procure those items. That was awesome. So yeah, well maybe we can check out. That's July 12th.
Okay.
Kanan?
You know, I don't.
We apologize.
I don't want to.
We did not. We're just shooting off the fly here tonight.
That's right.
It's the best way to do it, I feel like.
Exactly.
We have July 19th, the Schrock Bros.
Have not heard of
Schrock, SHROCK. Interesting.
ROCK in the USA.
Right. Yeah, right. American Hotel System, July 26th. The August 2, Celeste Allison.
Yes, I've heard of her.
Celeste is such a cool name. I love that name.
It is.
I love that name, Celeste. Have you ever played the video game Celeste?
I have not.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. Like a 2D platformer. It's pretty good. It's hard. Anyways.
You never beat it, huh?
No, I can't get past like the third level, and I've had the game for 10 years. Prior noon, August 9th. August 16th, Spike the Media. Ooh, Spike the Media.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that's all about, but
Seems like it'd be heavy.
I hope so. Because that's my jam.
Is that like the
Well, let's see.
new Rage Against the Machine?
Yeah, good call. I like it. Okay, this goes right up with these guys. Wow, their website is sweet. Reviewed 10 bands to watch. Spike the Media. I'm just curious. I'm hitting their about on their webpage real quick. Spike the Media is a 4-piece rock group local to Muskegon, Michigan. Eclectic, rock-rooted, and fresh. We like to take the norm and mix it into our own type of jam.
Yeah, check them out. Hey, once again, you find somebody new.
Absolutely.
Every day.
Well, if we couldn't find new stuff, then our podcast would get old as shit.
I know, but I mean, we can't even keep up with that. It's like,
That's the best way, man.
Yeah, I know.
Because we get over not like I used to feel bad when I didn't know of a band name, and now I'm just like, you turn that around to like, whoa, I learned something new today.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, today I learned this band exists. We got one more here. Sage Castleberry, August 23.
Yes.
You know who that is?
He's a young, yep.
Cool.
Young artist.
And then Patty on August 30.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, go check it out. Get down to Allegan. It's not exactly, right around the corner for most people, but I definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
It's a good site. So
Yeah.
I'll try to get down there for at least one or two of those.
I'm struggling with myself that I haven't seen Jesse Ray play yet.
So good.
But I'm pretty sure he's playing the deck in Muskegon this summer, right?
He's played it already once. I think he's playing it
He's
again.
He's playing it 3 times, I think. I have all those other ones
That
in my
would be
calendar.
a good venue to see.
I will be at one of those this summer, finally, to see Jesse Ray. We play them a lot on Sonic Coast.
Yeah, they're so good. I just really and live, it's just a great performance.
Sweet. So yeah, Nashville. I was at Nashville, right? It was my 15-year anniversary. Me and my wife
Congratulations.
Thank you. We decided to take a trip there. My wife's been there once on a quick trip. She loved it. Like I said earlier, country was never my jam, so Nashville was never a thought like I cared about. Mm-hmm. Over the years, you kind of understand, well, there's a lot going on in Nashville music-wise. Like it is.
It's not just country though.
No, it's not just country.
Right.
Like that's a good base of it, but
Right.
there's all sorts of, this, that, and the other thing. So we go down there, we schedule our trip, we get an Airbnb. We're like, we're going to check out, the Country Music Hall of Fame Museum. We're going to go here. We're going to go to what the heck's the name? Rhinestone Cowboy?
Oh,
Ryman Theater.
Ryman, yep.
I don't know how I lost that. Check that out. All sorts of whatever. So we get there, and I'm like, dang it. We get in Nashville, and I'm like, it is so bonkers busy. I'm like, what is going on here? CMA Fest was going on the weekend we're there, and apparently that's huge. It's basically like there was maybe, I want to say 6 or 8 big stages set up throughout the city, all walkable. Majority of them off Broadway or on Broadway, either end, but a couple offshoots. Concerts going on nonstop, like 10 a.m. There's probably 8 different bands playing around the city at 10 a.m. on a Friday.
Wow.
And it goes all weekend long to like Monday. So it was just band after band, artist after artist everywhere. And not like in the bars were also like the normal bands that would play in the bars. So the bars were just the place was just packed with people. But they did a really good job of controlling the flow of the crowds, the traffic. Getting to any of the shows was super easy. The lineup and schedule mapping, all that stuff, super easy to do.
Yeah.
There was so much going on that you really didn't have to wait for anything. Like in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm starting to have anxiety about, are we going to be able to get food at lunchtime, or we have to wait an hour to do this? Like just seeing the people, you would think that. I don't think we waited more than 15 to 20 minutes anywhere for anything. Like that's dinner nice. One night on Saturday night, dinner. Didn't wait at all, hardly at all. Because there were so many places open doing stuff, so many food trucks, so many shows all scattered all over. It just spread everybody out enough where it was just perfect. So I give Nashville super high five for making that so well organized and easy to maneuver, especially coming in there, not even knowing CMA Face was going on.
Right, exactly.
Which I'm dumb for not realizing that, but hey. But guess who I saw the two highlights, I saw a bunch of bands play in bars, all fantastic, freaking fantastic. There was this one, I wrote them down and I looked them up on Instagram. They were playing cover songs, but they had their originals. They were a rock band.
Yeah, yeah.
They were just so good. But I got to see Gavin DeGraw at like 11 a.m. on a Saturday.
Okay.
And we went and saw him. One of his songs was in our wedding. I can't remember.
Wow, look at that. It's very fitting.
Yeah, right. So we're like, oh, and he played the song that was in our wedding too. That was great. But guess who I got to see another day at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. in the morning, I get to see the War and Treaty.
The War and Treaty from Albion, Michigan.
Albion, Michigan. Now they're transplants over to Nashville, Tennessee. They, like I mentioned on Sonic Coast, they were electrifying. I was blown away at how much energy they had. Not just because it was 10 a.m., but they were so freaking cool. Oh, man, I love them. I heard their music. Yeah. It's like, cool, yeah, they're from Michigan. Yeah, this is a cool band, But seeing them live was something else. Just, and that kind of goes along.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. But they were so sweet. So that was a good time. I had a blast in Nashville. I cannot wait to go back again.
Yeah, I still got to get down there. Check it out.
Speaking of which, I invited you and your wife to go with us, didn't I?
You did?
But
we had to decline this time around, but we definitely need to go.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun. They had a little Airbnb. Was pretty cool. It was very unique.
Yeah?
It was like a very skinny, tall, like it was a 2-story. Not much room to you walk in and it's like, oh, there's the couch and the kitchen and the steps to go up to a bedroom and a bathroom. But it was very skinny and tall. It was unique, but it was better than a hotel.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely always a little more comfortable than going to a hotel.
So yeah, is there anything big this summer you are looking forward to? Or I know we have, like I said, I have lots on the calendar.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Shows here, like music-wise. Is there any show or anything coming out? A new album or whatever? Is there anything music-wise that you're looking forward to much this summer? Or is there just a lot of stuff you're like, I hope I can keep up?
I just want to get out and see a show. It's been a while, and I'm kind of bummed. There's been a lot going on. My son just graduated high school, so I had a lot of activities going on. So I haven't been able to get to a show. And I just want to go see some live music. I definitely want to go out and see some. I don't care where it is. Like I said, if I go to Elegant or go wherever, I want to see some outdoor music because this is a time, man. I love outdoor music. It's got a whole different vibe.
I'll give a plug to a band called Union Guns, who we've talked to a bit on the podcast. It hasn't really worked out. My neighbor down the street is the singer for Union Guns. They're playing at the Hudsonville Free Concert Series this Thursday. So I will be there and I'll check it out.
Chicago.
So that means you're going to miss the softball game too, huh?
I am.
Oh, okay.
I know.
I go work or
work related.
Bummer.
Yes. But once again,
it's all good. Yeah, work stealing our lives. The man keeping us down. All we want is Michigan music, and the man has just got to keep us down. Whatever.
Whatevs. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything particular. I don't have any. Once again, I would like to go to Shagbark
Festival,
but I don't think that's going to work out. Another conflict during that weekend. So, but I'd love to see it. The lineup's great, and that's not too far away either.
When's Shagbark? I'm actually looking at the.
I think
Michigan
it's the first
festivals.
weekend in August. I think.
Okay,
and I think you usually got some trip up north or something during that weekend.
Yeah, that might have changed this year.
Okay.
So I might be around. But last year last summer, I think it was last summer, we did a whole episode or two on Michigan summer festivals.
Yeah.
And started talking about them. There's so many, but I'm going to, as we're talking, I'm going to scan through to find the craziest named festivals that are out there.
All right, here we go.
So some of them are cool. So I don't want to say the cool ones. I want to get the crazy ones. Michigan Elvis Fest.
I wonder if Elvis will be there.
Of course he would. Why would Elvis miss his own festival?
The last time I was in Vegas, it was beginning of this year, there's Fat Elvis out there, and I saw him, like for a brief moment. He was playing at this little side place, and he just sits down the whole time. He doesn't get up and do any moves or anything. I wonder if Fat Elvis will be there.
Oh, the Ultraviolets just commented.
All right.
Nicholas Hickox.
Oh, yeah.
From the Ultraviolets. He just said they'll be playing Leela Palooza? Leela Palooza.
Is that Levin Leonlaw?
I don't... Leila Palooza. Nick, I'm going to... Oh, there it is. Okay, he gave you a link. Okay, thank you for giving that link. I'm going to check it out right here. Leela Palooza, the Leela Arboretum Music Festival. So that is in Battle Creek.
Oh.
Check out the Ultraviolets. The Ultraviolets, Nick, thanks for posting. Your band is on my list of, like, I've been keeping this list of bands that either another band has mentioned them or they pop up on Sonic Coast or somehow they just pop up and I'm just like, I want to learn more about these guys, but that list keeps growing.
Oh,
and
I know.
But luckily the summertime is my time that I kind of going through that stuff. The Ultraviolets have been on my radar. So Nick, I think we're going to reach out. I'm going to reach out to you pretty soon. Let's get something going.
Yeah,
let's get a combo. Let's get an interview, man. Let's get on the Mitten Music. Booyah, babies. So that's cool. Yeah, it sounds like Legal and All. Like
I would have thought.
Yeah, right?
It's a trickery. Battle Creek.
Yeah.
Maybe that's down there. You can go see the Air Zoo while you're down there too.
Yeah. You can't get cereal at Kellogg anymore because I don't think Kellogg changed their name or something, didn't they? They kind of, Kellogg, the cereal company.
Well, I do know the cereal company, but I didn't know they changed their name.
Something, I don't know. Something happened.
My wife watches these, and I sometimes sit down and watch it, like the Food That Made America. It's like this little series, and the Kellogg's and the who was the other one that they were going up against?
Betty Crocker.
No.
Oh, a cereal company, General Mills.
Yeah. It was talked about the history and the origins of them.
Interesting.
Kind of interesting, but anyway.
We got Faster Horses Festival.
Yes, that's
remember that one? Yeah, I feel like I remember that name. That's an interesting name.
I think that's a country festival.
I would hope.
And I think it's mostly national acts.
Brooklyn or Michigan International Speedway in Brooklyn. That's over by Jackson, right? MIS Speedways. I thought it was in Jackson.
That's closer to Detroit.
Well, now we're splitting.
Go look up the geography.
Well, I just click.
Is it near Hell?
I'll click. That'd be sweet. I don't even.
No, it's not.
Do you know where Hell, Michigan is? I don't even know. I know there is a Hell, Michigan.
Yeah, there's Hell.
I just don't know where it is.
Isn't there heaven?
I would hope
Paradise.
So.
There's Paradise, Michigan.
Yeah, it'd be sweet if Hell was like at the border of like Indiana or Ohio, and Heaven was like
you get close to that Ohio.
Yeah, for sure. Wouldn't that be funny? Jelly Roll's going to be at Faster Horses,
of course. Jelly Roll.
He was at CMA Fest. Hardy was also at CMA Fest. Yeah, this is a big country thing.
If there's anybody listening, anybody have any bands that we have? I mean, obviously we had Nick on there for Ultraviolets shouting out. Any other bands that people are listening to? Like, you gotta go check these guys out.
Yeah,
live.
If you're watching right now, comment down some bands that we have to check out live that hopefully are playing this summer. That would be
excellent.
Sweet. So, anyways, Brooklyn, Michigan, dude. Brooklyn, Michigan is like right next to Jackson.
Okay, you had it down.
I got it. I'm gonna Brooklyn. New York? No. But the next one, Brooklyn, Michigan. Buddy.
Doing a lot of clicking over there.
MIS. Man, I know this is Jackson. Whatever.
So you hadn't confirmed it when you said that?
No. But why do I think Jackson? I don't know
why you think
Jackson.
that.
If it is, Jackson's around. Yeah, it's close. It's not far. Anyways. Faster Horses. If you're in the country, check that one out. That was good. Because, I mean, there's tons of festivals, but again, I'm highlighting the most interesting named ones. I always... this one. I remember this one from last year. Baroque on Beaver.
Beaver Island?
No. Well, yes, on Beaver Island.
Yeah, it's Beaver Island Festival.
Baroque on Beaver. Like Baroque on Beaver. Baroque? How would you say that? Baroque? I feel like it's Baroque.
Wait, how did you spell it?
Baroque.
I wouldn't say baroque.
How would you? How would you say it then?
Barack.
Let me see if it gives me an enunciation.
I don't know. While you're looking that up, we're dropping an episode this Thursday, and
Yeah.
we interviewed Hunter from the Stray Cafe in Grand Rapids. Well, I think technically it's Wyoming, but close enough.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
It was a great interview.
Man, pressure's on because I haven't even started editing yet. I did transfer the files to my computer though. So
I think it wasn't much to edit.
no, my anxiety is getting the best of me.
That's right. You'll get it there. Thursday should be the day of the drop. But
Yes,
we'll
for
see.
sure. I announced it on Sonic Coast today too. So
Oh, then it's
on, baby.
Yeah.
There's no
Good,
excuses.
You set your own deadline.
I can't be
That's
even.
good.
I'm sick. I can't let that happen. Yeah, Thursday's gonna be awesome. That's a great episode video with that one, so it'll be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you haven't realized that we lately, except for In the Valley Below, we've had video with all of our episodes. If you're listening on Spotify, and then Jeff's been putting them on YouTube as well.
Yeah, so they're on YouTube. So those are the full episodes, and then obviously our audio's on all kinds of streaming platforms.
Mm-hmm.
But we've also been breaking up our episodes on TikTok, Instagram.
Tic-tac.
I know you did that one other episode.
I know.
What is with the
I don't know.
tic-tac?
I'm retarded.
No,
I don't know. Tic-tac.
So, yeah, check us out on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook Reels, and you get chunks of our episodes. We break it up because you can only do so much. TikTok has now there's a lot of controversy. Some people just don't like TikTok. There's reasons for that, but
I used to be one of those people.
I actually think they're smart because now they've expanded to a 30-minute format.
Yeah.
All the way from like 30 seconds to 30 minutes. And I think it's smart because there's some content that just makes sense to have for a little longer period of time.
Yeah.
But short form media is
Do you remember the platform Vine?
no.
No, where it was like I think 15-second clips.
Oh my god.
Isn't that what?
How do you even get anything in?
They were just so fast, but people would edit, make it these like 15-second videos, and you could just watch tons of them.
Right.
But it either got bought out or got squashed. I forgot what happened. But then years later, TikTok came out, and do you remember what the length was originally with TikTok? Maybe 30
I think it was
seconds.
30 seconds.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Which
And then
makes-
Instagram is capped at a minute and a half, but TikTok allows you to go. They used to be up to 10 minutes. Now it's up to 30. But it is hard. I mean, I do think that even for the minute and a half, it's good and it's bad. It's good because people don't want to sit and watch something that's 5 minutes long even in a lot of cases. So, but if you got a good topic going, if somebody's got something good to say, I got to cut this to a minute and a half. Like it sucks because I could give you 150 and it's like I give you the full thing.
Yeah.
Or I got to cut something out and
It's a bummer.
yeah. So.
Nick was saying to check out a band called THV.
Oh yes, I've heard.
You've heard of them?
Yes, I've heard of THV.
They look cool. THVmusic.com.
I wonder what the T, H, and V stand for.
I don't know, but I am adding them to the list. Thanks, Nick. That's awesome. Okay, back to festival names.
Did you find some more?
Oh, I'm looking. No, not really. Now I gotta look.
Well, then what do we come back for?
I don't know. You're not giving me time.
No, you scroll. You want me to just chat with myself
No.
and our audience?
Hollerfest.
Holla holla.
Holler. Remember that? Like when you would say holla
Yeah.
back in the day?
Holla back,
But I
yeah.
specifically would say holler,
Holler.
add the ER instead of the A. I don't know. Just to be...
A howler?
No, just
Are you
to be
talking
out
about
of
a
the norm.
howler?
No,
Drink
holler.
out of a howler?
No, holler back to me, friend.
know.
Holler. Don't holla. Holler.
Holla back, y'all.
Because I don't know why I thought that was so fun.
I don't know. What's that? Remember that?
Was that the Budweiser frogs? Was that the frogs?
No, it was in the Bud Light deal, but it was after the.
Oh, it was the
This
guys.
were
It was the
They're
guys.
Like, what's that?
Yeah. I kept, whenever I think of Budweiser, I think of horses and frogs, but then there's the what's up guys.
Yeah.
That's right.
Budweiser. That was the frogs.
Pond Jam. Pond Jam. That sounds disgusting. Like
No,
Pearl
actually,
Jam, Pond Scum.
what it does sound like to me is what it should be is there should be a stage on the pond, out in the middle of the pond.
There totally should be.
That would be.
Rapid City, Michigan. They should have a pond. I'm guessing they don't. Have you checked it out?
Don't know.
No.
I don't know.
I hope they do.
I mean, I feel bad we don't know like all these different things, but there's so many festivals.
Confluence Festival. Downtown Grand Rapids. Confluence Festival?
That sounds like a business.
Yeah, Confluence is a software company.
Yeah, that doesn't draw. I
just saw that and it's interesting. Obviously, Sounds of the Zoo is one.
I wish this was like a date later that we're talking because I got a guy I work with who, actually a couple guys that went to the Electric Forest.
Oh yeah.
Did you see where they had that storm and they had to evacuate them?
I read on Local Spins this morning about the weather challenges that they had. It's a cool article. Check it out on localspins.com. But yeah,
I was just saying they had to all leave.
Yeah,
go to their cars and all this other stuff.
And then they could come back. I think it was Sunday. It got cleaned up. And
yeah, what a
bummer.
Mess. That's the only problem with those things. Is if you're there for like a week and something like that happens, you're just screwed.
At one point, a couple years ago, Electric Forest was like it was over 2 weeks. It was literally
2 weeks.
3. It was over 2 weeks because it would open up on a Thursday that weekend, that whole week, that next weekend, that whole week till like maybe Thursday or Friday. It was like bonkers, dude.
But you know what's weird is the festival officially didn't start, I don't think, till Thursday last week. Like the music, but they had like one of the guys I work with, he was there on like Tuesday or Monday. Like there was like
sitting
all
around
this prep stuff. I don't know. I got to talk to him.
Like he was there to just as an attendee.
It's open. Yeah, I think it's opened up. I don't know if it's just you can set up tent and all that stuff.
Like the music wasn't really going until Thursday.
Yeah, I don't think till officially. So actually, it's a lot shorter than it used to be. I think.
I go to Pentwater quite often. My parents have some property up in Pentwater, so we would go from Hudsonville to Pentwater. Go right past Rothbury. And we always happen to go when Electric Forest is going on. And I have so many pictures of different years of how big. I should put them into a little collage of how big the spread has gotten. Some of the pictures I have, it's just like, it looks like miles of tents and stuff. It is just so crazy. I've always wanted to go, and I never have. Even before it was Electric Forest, it was Rothbury Music Festival, and Dave Matthews would like headline many times.
Right.
I don't know how in the world. I think it just got more expensive every year.
Yeah.
And at one point, like the bands they were high profile. Like I remember, this is gonna date me a little bit for a decade and kind of make me look bad, but Skrillex was headlining. The dubstep master. He's like very.
I don't know.
You know Skrillex?
No.
Electronic EDM.
Okay.
Just like crazy off the wall bonker stuff. Like my son loves him now, and he's 5. There's good, like I still have my place for that, but like those are the years I'm like, oh, $400 tickets. I'm like, no way, dude. I'm not gonna spend.
Right.
And then tenting is fine if you get a camper. I'm like, can I just come and go and stay at my mom's condo that's literally 8 miles away? Apparently, that's more of a hassle to do that than just a tent there.
Probably because it takes forever to get there and back. But you would think it wouldn't because
I don't know. It's just such a massive thing.
Yeah.
But it was, man, I regret never go. Like I haven't gone, and I feel like at some point I will. But is it bad to say that I feel like Electric Forest has hit its peak, and now
I don't know.
It's gotten as big as it's ever gotten. I don't think it's going to get any bigger than it's ever been.
I would agree with that.
Spanned those 2 weeks.
It's probably run its course to some level.
Yeah.
Like even like Lollapalooza did, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And that was a traveling one. I mean,
yeah.
And I thought, you kind of hit that point. So, well, what else we got?
Man, I guess I should have wrote down. Like, I feel like we talked about, hey, what are we going to talk about tonight? There was quite a lot. I'm excited to see the concert Friday, man. Like, really excited.
Yeah, it should be a good show.
And who was the artist I didn't know? The band I didn't know?
Moth Week.
So
I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find any music up there. So
I wonder. I know Ficus usually. Well, I mean, this is an Overdrive Orchestra.
Yeah,
show.
this would have been Kranick probably putting this one together.
Yeah, we should ask him. Yeah, if you want to hear more from Chris Kranick, you should listen to WYCE. He is very much a part of that.
Yeah, and you can check out an interview we had with them too, a little over a year ago.
Did we only do one? Did we do two or one interview with?
Well, we did two because technically, we did hit. So we
That's
used a
right.
2-timer, I guess.
But one was solo.
We mostly talked solo, but we did talk a little bit about Overdrive.
And then the other one was
WYC with Phil Tower.
Correct.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good episode too. That was a lot of fun.
That was the first one we had video for. I know.
One
One of the first ones. You're right. It was not the first one.
It was not.
Correct.
Ava Swiss and 20 Front
Correct.
were the two first ones.
You are absolutely
as
right.
well as our friends Haskins.
That week. And Brian from Big B and the
Actual Proof.
I still love. That's one of my favorite interviews with Big B. He was such a cool, interesting guy.
Yes.
But what made me think of this is the video for the WIC one is just like, it's got the video's worthless.
We
didn't have a good spot.
We did get, I guess, some visuals there, but yeah, it was not the best.
It's like half my face. I don't even know if we can see you at all.
No, I was not in the video at all. That's fine.
And like half of Phil and Chris hardly. It's like, but it was still a good time. It was fun.
Yeah, that was a good conversation.
Oh wow! Do you know that our stream on Facebook's got the subtitles going?
Oh, all of our words.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
It's probably AI.
Yeah, AI. Yeah, AI. Man, that stuff's bugging the crap out of me lately.
Really?
So this is what I think is gonna. Thank you for asking me what I think about AI just now. I'm gonna let you know. I think that AI is gonna get so stupid because it's gonna everything's gonna all this watered down. Call it I wouldn't call it disinformation or misinformation, but there's so much. I heard by 2026, AI will have been able to review the entire internet and all data, even new stuff that's coming on. Everything will be within AI, like understandable. And it's going to keep doing that, but it's creating so much content itself at the same time that it's going back over its own content and that's getting watered down. And over time, AI is just going to be stupid. It's just going to be dumb.
Really?
That's an option, and I'm going to go with that option because it's better than it killing everybody. So that's what I'm going to go with. I think AI is going to just be stupid itself, make itself dumber and dumber and more watered down. It's going to regurgitate its own information over time.
It's just going to become caveman.
It's going to be an AI. Yeah. Well, maybe an AI article comes out, right? And it sits there in the internet. After time, the AI is going to come back around to sweep the internet, or however it does it. It's going to start pulling these old AI articles, and it's going to dumb it down even more because these days you can tell an AI article a lot of times because it sounds like a freshman in college that's trying to learn how to write a paper but just doesn't do very well.
Yeah.
It's going to just keep watering itself down with the same type of stuff, and I think it's going to just suck. I think that's what's going to happen. That's just my opinion. I don't know. We'll see. You want to bet?
So, you know what? This was weird the other day. I walk into Family Fair. So people don't know Family Fair. Well, probably most people in Michigan do, but grocery store.
It's like a small Kroger. A lot of people in Michigan have Kroger. We don't, but small Meijer.
No, Kroger's are in Michigan.
No, I know. We don't have one. Kroger here on the east side,
they
have them.
Yeah. So I walk in the other day. Freaking little stick robots rolling around.
What? At Family Fair?
And it says on it,
don't
something
kick
about
me.
something
Don't knock
about
me over.
No. It was the weirdest looking thing because it was just like this little pole like thing, and it was rolling around, and it said it was like the inventory scanner. So it was probably going down and somehow
tracking to see how much.
Probably it's simple tracking because obviously you can't go deep
for sure.
Or maybe I mean it was
unless
weird.
they set the products up where it can
But even
you
like
have to keep
stack,
everything.
This thing was not gonna go read behind anything.
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder what it was doing. Huh.
It was bizarre.
I would not have expected that.
But here's what's happening, right? We got less humans we need for work. But maybe it will be a good in the end because maybe people will actually be able to do the things they really want to do.
Yeah, that's a good point. Looking at the bright side.
If they can make money at it.
Yeah. I was reading something lately that some sort of company laid off like 60% of it was some sort of like they wrote articles. I'm sure it was like I mean, it wasn't BuzzFeed, but it was some online article company. And they laid off most of the employees to replace it with AI because they tested it and all this stuff.
And that failed.
Yeah, and it's fail. It's like the company's doing terrible. Like it's did not work out for them. I'm like, man, that was a little premature, my friends.
I do think and I've noticed this over the years. We've really got off the tangent here. We got a new podcast here, Ryan. There's a huge element missing in the world when you don't have a human interaction.
Yeah.
When you go to the even just like little things, and I think when we talk about mental health, if you don't go to the grocery store and you go through your checkout and you don't talk to somebody, there's something there that you've lost it.
It seems scary.
Yeah, but it's just like,
seems weird.
I think there's not a connection, so there's less and less interactions with humans, and so you get more and more, I think, I don't know, there's something wrong with that.
I totally agree.
I don't know what it is, but people have an effect. I think it's gonna, like everything though, I think we all learn over time, and I think there'll be, I don't know what you call it, not a full revert, but people end up tending to go back to some things that they liked in the past, and they do them again. And I think
I totally agree
with that. But yeah, AI is funny. It's a hot topic. If you don't have AI in your company right now, you're behind.
And you know what the funny thing is? I mean, we both work in IT.
Right.
You internal, me external. I work at a MSP IT consultation company. And we got to push, like, Microsoft Copilot. Like, that's a big thing. And I can see, like, we talk about AI in general a lot of times.
Yeah.
But it's really broken down into specific, whether it be a niche type thing or, Microsoft has its own for its own reasons, Google has its AI to do certain things for Google. Those are big ones. I'm Elon Musk. Or like ChatGPT even OpenAI is a bigger thing that's kind of the top point of AI discussion. But the Microsoft Copilot AI software is pretty awesome, and I like how it's built into what you use Microsoft for at work. It's not you can. There's a free version of it that you can use to like help you search for things and do this and that, but it's extremely helpful if you use Microsoft heavily at your office. Copilot's pretty freaking sweet. And so I do very much appreciate what they're doing, but the overall idea, it's like, man, when can we get past, like, fast forward 10 years and something's going to happen, like you said, we're going to default back to the way things are used to be because we're like, this is just not worth it. People are going to get rich. They're going to make their money. And you're right. I don't think it's going to last.
I wonder how it's going to affect music.
Oh, man, I've been hearing, could you consider movies or in the similar vein to music?
Sure, yeah.
So I was reading that the first AI scripted movie was about to test screen and it was canceled because no one was going to show up and everybody was boycotting it or whatever. So a movie script that was produced by AI, apparently people got a hold of it and they said it was absolutely trash. But 2 or 3 years from now, maybe it'll be like a whole different ball game.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just don't want to. Yeah. It's hard to think about it taking over people's jobs, but like when you're thinking about like I like movies, I like music. I don't want to get fooled by having some AI. Like I would rather not listen to AI music at all. I don't want to give anybody a penny for creating AI music. But at some point, will I know or not know? Like I'm going to hear some new
that's
song.
The thing. Yeah, right. But there's been these evolutions, like even like people who make music with GarageBand or something like that. It's not really their music. They're putting the tones and the tune, they're putting it together. They're doing the compilation piece of it, but it's not they're not playing the instruments or any of that. But I guess DJs are like that too, right?
Yeah,
somewhat.
Well, Nick was just mentioned that he got to the rails to see Skrillex the year I was talking about the Electric Forest thing, so he knows what's up. And I thought the same about the $400 tickets. Yeah. Oh, and he snuck in. What? Yeah, 2013 sounds about right. I thought the same about $400 tickets and snuck in. A dude I met from New Jersey was having a bad trip, and I was going. Oh my God.
How do you sneak into Electric Forest? At least back then.
Like Nick, I'll message you tonight. Let's compare schedules. We need to get you guys on because like that. If you got more stories like that, that's funny. That's hilarious. Yeah, how would you sneak? I feel like
it seems like it might be easy.
Well, you would think so, but I felt like it was so in my head. It was impenetrable. Like, obviously not.
This wasn't Fort Knox, man.
But it's a big ass.
There's probably opening somewhere.
Square miles of places to go. There's places you can sneak in. Oh, yeah. There's some back corner or whatever in the woods over there you could get in. Ooh, I just hope Nick doesn't get in trouble for saying anything like that. I don't think he will.
I think he's past the statute of limitations.
Yeah, for sure, especially if it was 10 years ago or whatever. But Nick, I will reach out to you, and George George is still listening too, I think. We'll chat. We need to do something with the Kings of Strings tune or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Talking about the Kings of Strings, we listened to that.
Skins of Strings?
No. The Kings of Strings. We listened to that first track of the album, and it was definitely a difference from when they're now. Yes. I think they're probably the other songs, but it gave me a feel of like a little 50s, 60s vibe, a little surfer rock. I mean, a little heavier than that, but
yeah. But in the Kings of Strings have that classic rock sound already.
Yeah, they do.
So it's interesting. It's almost like they're going backwards in time with their sound.
Yeah.
Maybe that's on purpose. Or, some bands purposely go out for a sound, and some bands kind of just, this is what came out. It sounds like 50s and 60s.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just curious on what was happening when they were putting those songs together.
And they produced it again themselves. So you can definitely hear that sound again.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, what else we got? Are we
We got, I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's 9:30, 9:15.
Okay.
About
an hour.
We didn't start at 8.
No, 8:15. I think it was an hour.
Was it?
Yeah. Yep.
Dang.
It was a little bit after 8.
Okay. Well, let's see if... Oh, Nick said he just... Electric Forest, we suck. He said I just walked right in. Maybe because
security was high back then.
Maybe it was just like so many people like with lines and all this stuff. He was able to bloop, bloop, bloop.
You didn't need a ticket.
Yeah. Good for you. I'm proud. I'm impressed.
I am. They probably were thinking, who's gonna do that? Who's just gonna walk in?
Yeah, for real.
Like, who's got the balls to go just walk in?
Friggin' Nick's got the balls, apparently. Dude's now he's a rock and roller right there. Ed Ultra.
You weren't smart enough to think of that.
No, not at all. I don't want to say I'm too much by the book, but I just didn't really think of it.
Right.
I never got close enough. I had a friend that has gone every year. Like he spends all his free money going to festivals, and he's a trippy hippie type of guy. Like he was there for many reasons outside of just the music, if you catch my drift. Right. But he had all sorts of stories, but he paid for everything. Like he would spend thousands of dollars, and he actually a couple years ago moved to Minnesota and still comes to Electric Forest and drives his like motorhome camper there and everything.
Minnesota.
Yeah, right. Minnesota. He's a lawyer too.
Oh.
He's like I don't know if many lawyers get crazy, but my friend does. He's all sorts of. He's a very interesting person. I almost would like to say we should have him on the podcast, but it might be too much for us.
It might go way off the rails.
Yeah, but he's like a music fiend. Like,
okay.
Like I am, just in a different. Like he loves electronic. Like even not specifically electronic, but that style of that vibe of music.
Yeah.
Where I'm more of the rock, hard rock style of music.
Yeah. Right.
Whatever. But yeah, what else were we talking about that we could chat about tonight? Why don't we just start our own band?
Because I can't play.
You can sing.
No, I can't.
Bring your wife. Your wife can sing.
I can't sing.
Your daughter can sing.
I did try. I don't think I ever told you this. So when I was in high school, I had some friends that played in a band, and one time they did invite me over because they needed a singer. They lost their singer or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, he passed away?
No.
Oh.
They just, I don't know what the deal was. But like, yeah, why don't you come over and try out? So we were singing. I was going to sing some Metallica. was a disaster.
You were like, enter light.
I think we were singing some Kill 'Em All songs. I think Seek and Destroy. Yeah.
Seek and destroy.
Searching.
Seek and destroy. You know, I had a T-shirt company called Seek and Destroy. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
A T-shirt printing company.
I knew you had a T-shirt print guy. I knew
It was called Seek and Destroy. I have the. I'll show you the sweatshirt before. Well, maybe not tonight. Before you leave.
Where do you come up with? Why did you come up with that name?
From the Metallica song.
I know, but why? Why for a
Because
T-shirt
it was
company?
SD with a lightning bolt. It just looked cool. Like it just popped in our head. We had a million ideas, but that one, Seek and Destroy, it was rock, man. And we were making rock T-shirts.
Did you make rock T-shirts?
We did. We made our own. We had our own design, and then we would do custom. You know, we had equipment. I had worked at a T-shirt printing company for years and years before me and my buddies started this, so I had the experience. We bought equipment, so we were doing custom stuff for anybody. Yeah. Oh, I need 12 shirts for my family reunion. Okay, that'll be $190 or whatever the heck. Worked on the artwork, but we were like, hey, let's sell our own designs.
Yeah.
One of the guys in our business group here, he was a graphic designer, so he could help.
Yeah, right.
Logos were his thing, so we would just come up with like funny sayings or like cool designs, and you know, it didn't really go it didn't go far, but we did a bang up job. We had some sweet shirts.
You missed our opportunity. Now you could reinvigorate that. We can make T-shirts for bands.
Well, fair. My brother-in-law has bought a manual printing press, and like I was going to make us some new Mitten Music shirts. I still have that's still in the bag there somewhere. I'm going to make us some new Mitten Music shirts.
Well, we got to start selling them to our fans.
Yeah, but we can make them over at my brother-in-law's press. We got to test it out first to see. Like, it's been a while since I've done it, and I don't know what everything he's got. But
yeah,
if I can get my hands around that, yeah, for sure. At least the Mitten Music shirts.
That's what I'm saying.
The band shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole different
I feel like, you know, bands love, like, getting shirts, right? I feel like people that go to shows, especially when you're a younger age.
Yeah.
And when I say younger, let's say under 30. Like, you want freaking T-shirts, man. You want band T-shirts.
Hmm?
And bands want to be able to they want to be able to sell band
T-shirts. Yeah,
they'd be cool with giving away if it didn't cost them money.
T-shirts and albums are the biggest money makers for them.
Would you even say records?
That's what I'm saying.
When you say, because it could be a CD, it could be whatever. But I think records are the big thing. Records and T-shirts
right now.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah. I mean, CDs, I just still struggle. Like, some of the bands still make CDs, and that's fine. It's probably pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's probably a lot cheaper.
But it's just not really something it's not big enough to display that much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more about, like, you've got stuff displayed, artwork. I've got some stuff in my house like that, too. And CDs just aren't as easy to see.
Yep, I agree.
And CDs are hard to play anywhere.
Right.
I still have a CD player in my car.
Dude, I had to buy a CD player in the last couple months.
Was it like a USB CD player?
No, it was an actual, because the record player I had a receiver and a record player. Yeah. And when I bought that receiver, the guy gave me, so I take it back. I didn't go out to buy a CD player, but I acquired it along with the receiver I bought for my record player.
Yeah.
So I had my record player I got for Christmas, and then ended up buying a receiver and a 6-disc CD changer. My daughters have come up, like, all of a sudden they have a couple CDs. I'm like, where the heck did you get this stuff? They'll go, I mean, some of them I got for them just because Taylor Swift signed stuff, but they've got a couple CDs themselves. They're like, Dad, we have no idea how to play this. What do we do? I'm like, well, just so happens I got a CD player, so I still got to show them how to use that thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I still got a 5-disc, but yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
I've got tons of CDs.
You still got them? Yeah, we talked about this years ago.
You have all the jewel cases.
I have because all the actual CDs got stolen more than once. I got 350, maybe 400 jewel cases of CDs that I've had from.
That's worth a lot.
Yeah.
Do you have do you actually have the booklet?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, the booklets are in everything. It's just the CD themselves that 90% of mine were stolen.
Just burn a CD.
I mean, yeah, I could. I do have a lot of burnt. I do have a ton of burnt CDs that are in some of the jewel cases.
But when are you going to really play it?
Yeah, exactly. And you're right. Artwork. I should pull that stuff out and do something. I don't know. I could put them up on this wall or something.
Maybe. I don't even know how we got there. Who we got there? Oh, selling merch. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
T-shirts.
So Ed on Facebook, he was saying something, but I don't know if I don't know if he's in the ultraviolets or not. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. He made a comment.
Don't make assumptions.
I'm thinking, but he was just saying he loves New Merch Day. They're following along.
There's a day called New Merch Day.
I don't know.
Have you heard? There probably is. There's a day for everything.
Oh, maybe it just means New Merch Day, as in we got new merch to sell.
Right,
so maybe
right.
he is in the ultraviolets.
Yeah. Okay, I gotcha.
It's cool.
It is exciting. I've seen a lot of posts or even little videos or whatever, bands, when they get their albums get delivered that they're going to put out. It's like, it is a sweet day. I mean, it's got to be. Like,
an Instagram post.
You see your music, and you actually see the final product of this.
I feel like it's a sigh of relief. It's like, oh, we did all this work, and we have our, like, final product.
And it's not like it takes a long time to get vinyl. So.
I would be so ecstatic. Even if I didn't sell any, I'd be like, oh, it's so awesome. We made this, and it's here, and this is what we produced. This piece
physical
of art,
thing that I can give you.
This tangible, creative thing.
That's kind of a weird thing. If you think about it, music is not physical, really.
Ed is from THV.
Oh,
thank you, Ed. I'm looking at the comments now. Or Nick, thanks for mentioning that. Ed, I'm going to check you out.
All right. So
continue.
So music is not physical, really. It's made physical because you have a record or a CD or something like that. But in reality, it's not.
Correct. Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting. I don't know how you put it, but it is weird because most things are either physical or they're not.
So what would you call when you take away the physicality? Is it just content? What is it? If it's not a CD, a record, not a physical thing that you can purchase? Like, you can purchase a digital,
right? And that's changed, right? For a long time, you couldn't. Like, if you went to,
so you're creating.
You talk about this like 30 years ago, probably even less than that, right? You go to a concert or you go to anything. I mean, some people will record. They probably recorded on your Tomboy or whatever the hell.
That Talkboy.
Talkboy. They might have done that, right? But I mean, some people did some of that. I remember the Pearl Jam was a big deal. Like, they didn't want bootlegs and all that stuff. But then they eventually embraced it, which they were finally smart about. But if you didn't record it in some weird way, you didn't have it physically. Like, you had to experience it. And I think it's way better to do that.
Yeah, I agree. I would imagine most artists and bands agree, but today's day and age is just different than.
And it is kind of annoying. Like, so there's this aspect. You go to a concert, and we take videos, we take pictures. Even, I mean, I didn't go into a personal life. Like, my wife's always taking pictures of these things and the events, and I'm like, but you're really not experiencing it. And I get it. It's just the nature of the beast.
I'm the exact same.
But I hate it. Like, it's like when I go to a concert now, because we do what we do, I do want to get some content to show other people. Like, this band was really sweet. You got to see them. But if I just go to a show and I just want to listen, like, I almost want to some days just take the freaking phone and throw it away.
Yeah, or leave in the car. I mean,
no, I just want to like be done with it.
Oh, dude,
there's days I'm like, I just want to be done with it.
And we're in IT. Like, like it's isn't
it's probably more so that because of that. But
fair enough.
But I'm like, I mean,
I hate being addicted to my phone. I don't really think I am addicted to my phone, but if I have like 5 minutes where I'm not doing anything, guess what I'm doing? My phone's out. And I don't give a shit about anything on there, really.
No.
But I still pull it out and look at it. Now, Spotify, because of music, or music I might have on my phone, that's one thing. But like, I go on Reddit, like, I've taken off like Facebook off my phone, and I think I take it back. I probably, since we've done this podcast, I put those social media apps back on it. But for years, I wasn't doing any of that stuff because I was so tired of it.
Right.
I was tired of the things I was seeing. I was tired of like feeling like, oh, well, I got to post something. So I would just post bullshit. It's like, why?
Or it's just, I'm going to go look at this and I have no idea why I'm looking at it.
I know.
I go to this app because it's just something to do.
Wasting time. And then I got my kids sitting here on the couch, like, so they're growing up with their, like, their dad just has the phone in his face all the time. Like, I don't want that.
Right.
Oh, man. It is a bummer. Freaking phone.
But once again, there's more and more stuff on your phone, so it's like more addictive. I mean, not addictive, but you have to have it.
What do we do? How do we change this world, bro?
There was a time, I don't think I've told this, but so this would have been the time before smartphones. I think I had a Nextel because my brother worked for Nextel. Beep, 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 whatever. So obnoxious.
Right?
People would be in the store.
Yep, I'm an aisle 4.
It is so loud. You got to be like loud because
it's always, was it always speakerphone? It was like always amplified speakerphone.
It's like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, it was.
That's the whole point.
It was obnoxious.
Which actually it worked out really good for like, let's say like a landscaping company or something. It was easy to go like job to job. You could talk to somebody. But anyway, so there was a time after I had that, I just said, I'm done. And I cut it off and I didn't have a phone for like 2 years.
Dude, I did the exact same thing. Probably around the same time.
I wish I would have just stuck with it. But then I think I got a job and then a different job and I had a smartphone and then I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
How old were you when you got your first cell phone? It's whether it was a smartphone or not, doesn't matter. But your first cell phone. How old do you think you were?
Cell phone. 25? I don't know.
Ooh.
Maybe it was later.
Because I remember being a senior in high school. The summer going into my senior high school, so I must have been like 99. I got one.
I never had one in college, and that was through 2000.
Okay, interesting.
But I am 4 years, 3 years older?
Yeah, you're a couple years older.
So 2000, well, you would have been close to a senior then?
2000, I was a senior and freshman in college.
Yeah. And that's when you got?
I got it the year before that.
Okay.
Like 99, like going into my senior year of high school.
I'm pretty sure I didn't have a cell phone until a few years into work.
Huh. Well, yeah, it was probably matched up the same time I got mine.
No.
You were just older.
No, because I graduated. So it would have been
you would have been college.
I'm saying
okay.
like 2020.
Yeah, I felt like I was a little
2002 or something.
I was on the edge, man. I had AOL internet freaking dial up when I was in 5th grade. Chatbotting, oh buddy, dude. I was downloading pics and
I had
bids.
I was on BBSs.
Oh.
Before AOL.
I never used that one. I remember using
BBS is bulletin boards. Ever heard about that?
BBS? Boom board.
Bulletin board. What do they call it?
Yeah.
Basically, they were just chat rooms.
Yeah. But not in AOL. They just out a different.
Actually, the game, computer game company, I think it was Sierra Games. They came out with.
They made Where in the World's Carmen Sandiego?
Did they?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I remember King's Quest.
Yeah,
that was my favorite game.
Yeah. This is
like
it.
King's Quest
Sierra
4
Games.
or something like that.
Dude, I remember this stuff.
So they had a. I feel like they were on the cutting edge. They made like this. It was basically chat rooms, but it was an interesting experience because you went in and it was like, I don't know, the visuals of it, everything was a lot better. And you signed in, and there was different rooms, and there was games you could play.
Interesting.
And all this stuff, but that was kind of a level up from just a basic, what they call them, BBSs, which was just a chat room, like text. That's all you did.
Yeah,
I just had a little bit more experience to it.
I think because I was in the AOL ecosystem, everything was like labeled and worded differently. Like, AIM and AOL chat rooms. But I remember playing some like RPG games that were text-based only within AOL. I was like, man, it took me like weeks to figure out like what I could do. It was bonkers.
Yeah.
Then you start talking to people across the world on freaking internet. You're like, what the hell? Like, there was someone that I think I was talking to up until like 10 years ago that I met in like 96 or 95.
Wow.
No, maybe 93 or 94. Isn't that?
Never met them physically.
Never. And we've on and off chatted for like 25 years or so. It's just so crazy. We would just say hi. It was like no big deal.
Yeah, right. It was like, what do they call them? Pen pals?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Just electronically done, yeah.
It's good times. Bag phones. Oh, Marty Schulich. He just said bag phones.
Yes. Like a cell phone?
Yes.
A bag phone? Yeah.
Marty, thank you. Marty's my father-in-law. He's the best. My dad had we called it the car phone. it was like a bag phone, and it plugged into the cigarette lighter.
Yeah.
And he had it for work, and it was like a legit. It was like a foot by a foot, like.
Did he have to take it out and put it on top of the car?
No,
and put the antenna.
The one
out?
my dad did, he didn't have to. It had the antenna built in. He just had to plug it into the cigarette lighter, and that was it. And that sucker was Zach Morris style phone. Yeah, dude, in your car.
Zach Morris.
But it was corded still, so it wasn't Zach Morris. It was like wireless.
Yeah, the wireless was.
It was
cool
corded.
ones.
Oh, Marty, that's hilarious.
A bag phone. How ridiculous!
Bag phone.
The traveling salesman had to have it.
Right. That's what my dad was. He was a sales guy, for sure.
Yeah, those are expensive.
Yeah, and he was in medical sales like through the 90s and the early 2000s.
Okay.
So it kind of makes sense now.
Right.
I also remember he had a company car. Like every other year, he got a new company car, and he got a purple Ford station wagon one time, like plum colored, dark.
Wow.
It was. I don't know if that was popular. I don't think that was very popular, but
Got a good deal on it.
dang, he bought it after he bought it when his work lease
He really
was out.
liked the plum.
He did. Yeah, it was bonkers. That's
All right, I'm going to throw you a curveball here
okay.
because it wasn't really the thing in Michigan, I don't think. But you ever heard of a party line?
I have heard of it. Could you?
Okay.
Let me. Can I guess?
Yes.
Multiple people can call in, and they're all chatting together, and that's it.
No. It's basically a shared line, phone line. So,
Oh, okay.
so this is why I know of this. Is my brother has a great story. He actually has this podcast called Remember When. Hilarious. So anyway, they were down in like Kentucky or something. I don't know. They broke down. They go down to this people's house, and can we call somebody? So a party line is like a shared line with multiple houses. That just put it that way. So it's not, when you got on the phone back in the day, it was a busy signal. If somebody else was on the phone line, if you had two phones, okay, you got to wait till they get off. Or if somebody calls you, right, it's business. Well, this was a shared line with multiple neighbors. So if you got on the line, you couldn't get on until your neighbor got off. So they go down to get on. They go, hey, can we call like the tow truck company or something? This lady, she goes out.
What?
She gets on the phone, and you could get on the phone though, and you knew the other person on there. It was like, get off the phone! She's yelling at the phone, so they could hear their conversation. So
I did not know that's how a party line works.
Yeah, it was a shared line with multiple houses, basically.
Crazy.
Now, it is kind of like you were saying, though, because she could get on there and talk to them.
Like you could all get on and just chat.
Yeah. So I'm sure there was people who probably jumped on and just listened.
Hey, we'll go down the neighborhood. Sam, are you here? I don't know. Is that what they do? Did you know who else could be on the party line until... Or it could be anybody.
You were all hooked on the same line because it was like a...
So it's people you knew.
You think about it, it's a landline split.
Okay. So it was purposeful. It wasn't random.
No, it was to save money, probably.
Okay.
Right? I mean, hey,
I did not know that's how a party line worked. I thought it was something different. I thought it was like, we're having a party over the phone. Wow, how boring.
I guess you could all jump on as neighbors and get on the same line, but that was not how. Usually, if you called out, you had to wait or tell somebody to get off the phone so you could call out. You couldn't call out again until they were off.
So earlier we were talking about merch, right?
Yeah.
And the guys chatting called out my merch guy. So there's my merch guy.
Your merch guy.
It's a company.
Oh,
they post.
I thought it was your merch guy. Like
they posted in the comments. So I'm wondering if he's got to be in Michigan, right? So yeah.
Does he make? Oh, we might have talked to this guy.
Possen, Michigan. Posen, Michigan. You ever heard of that? Possen, Michigan.
No.
Possen, Michigan. MyMerchGuy.com. I'm guessing he does a lot of merch for bands.
Well, we should talk to him.
Dude, look at his freaking My Merch Guy. The coolest profile picture. Like, this is my jam, man. Look at that shit. Look at that.
Oh,
how cool is that?
It's like a skull with a
octopus skull. That is
pretty
badass, man. That is cool. My Merch Guy. We're gonna hit you up. We want to talk.
You know the other.
That's cool.
You know
That's
another
interesting.
one, non-band. place I tried to reach out to him. I think we need to try to reach out again. But Great Lakes Records.
Yeah.
They do Lathe Records. I guess it's a different type of
pressing
vinyl.
or
Yeah,
something?
yeah,
Okay.
type of vinyl. So
Yeah, we haven't really talked to anybody. Like the closest thing I remember talking to, like Luke from the Corner Record Shop.
yeah,
Like we talked about pressings a little bit. I mean, I don't think he had a ton of detail. And I also think when we talked to Josh from Local Legends,
but that was all recording based.
yeah, but I think we touched on vinyl itself. But yeah, that'd be cool to talk to somebody that's really
making
that works.
the
Yeah,
records.
that works there. Yeah, for sure. My merch guy, we want to talk to you too because that's awesome. Band T-shirts are like
that's a big
my
deal.
third favorite thing in his.
So there's two things: the big merch, right? There's albums and T-shirts.
Yep, I agree. And we could get his like he probably knows what the most important thing. Maybe stickers is higher up on the chain than.
I don't think so. I think people give away stickers more than they sell them, which they shouldn't. I mean, I get it. Hey, here's a little token.
Right. No, I hear you.
What else? What else are merch? I've seen. What other merch ideas?
Matchbooks.
Matchbooks.
In the Valley Below, I got an Odd Space matchbook, and In the Valley Below.
I have not seen those.
Look at this, guys. I'm saving these. Like I could just light them all off right now.
Matchbooks were a big deal back in the day. Like this is
backwards, but
yeah, I mean, matchbooks were a big thing like 30 years ago.
Postcards. Like I've been seeing postcards.
You gotta be creative.
Yeah.
Buttons. I've seen buttons.
Buttons. Yeah, buttons are.
I think
buttons are a thing.
And then
buttons
like
are a thing.
And then
enamel pins.
Yeah, there you go.
Those are expensive though, so I know like the band like the Smashing Pumpkins would have enamel pins, but freaking TVA or THV probably doesn't have enamel pins.
Right. But then I've seen like used, like Jesse Ray, they sold used harmonicas and used drumsticks.
That's cool. Like Tool does that. Like drum heads from shows and drumsticks, and of course they're ridiculous prices.
They're signed.
Yeah,
they're signed.
But such a good idea. Like that's cool. Like that's cool to me. That's awesome. I love that kind of shit.
Right. That's different. I don't want to say it's different. It's just
but not everybody does it.
You know, I haven't seen with local bands, but I know it was kind of hot. I don't know if it's still the thing, but like it actually the most easiest thing to do is your set list. Write it down, you sign it, you throw it on the crowd. Yep. Like at the end of your show, you throw out like 3 or 4 of them.
Yep.
But I haven't seen any local bands do that, but I've seen national bands do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen pictures of people. I mean, bands like I follow Tool, Failure, Metallica, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But yeah, you see people get those things for sure. Yeah, that's easy enough.
Piece of paper. It's the
like
cheapest thing they give out. I mean, you don't have to sell it. You could sell them, I guess. But
I feel like that's
kind of weird.
Yeah, because it is literally just a piece of paper with ink that just says the songs that you played that night. That's literally it. Right. So that's it. Yeah, cool if you can get one. Cool, but selling that,
I wouldn't sell it per se, but handing them out.
But I would maybe sell a signed one. I guess if it was signed, I could see that.
But that's what they do. They the national sign them and they'll throw them out.
I could see selling a signed one than because why would you sell a set list without it being signed? I'm dumb. Sorry.
Why? Yeah. Otherwise, why don't I just write down the list and print it off?
Right.
If I knew all the songs.
Thank you for having these in here. Appreciate it.
No problem. There, Ryan. Glad to supply you. All right. Well.
Yeah. It's been an evening.
It's been good.
Yeah, it has been good.
So for those still hanging on,
Nick says I give away my set list at every show. Perfect.
There we go.
Good job.
There's the first local band that I've heard that does that. That's good.
Ed from THV says we got free stickers and pins at every show. Dude, these guys are putting money into their stuff.
Yeah,
like that makes me happy and proud, kind of, that bands are doing that, because that's a lot for a band that, whether I'm not saying these guys make a lot of money off the band or not,
right.
But the fact that they're giving away this free stuff, consider it marketing or whatever, but that's a step up
Yeah.
You know, because if you are a band starting out or you're a younger band, it's hard to give away free stuff. Pay for something to give it away. That's hard. You're trying to scrape everything, every little penny you can get. So the fact that anybody gives away stuff for free, freaking sweet. That's cool. Good for you. And I appreciate those people.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Okay, well,
we got an episode dropping Thursday. Check it out, people.
Yep. Still got to edit it, but it'll be good to go.
It'll be good. It'll be done.
I'm going to call in sick that day.
Check out the weekly playlists. Check out TikTok, Instagram.
Do it.
And
And
we'll do another one of these again sometime. It's been a while.
We've only done this once or twice.
Yeah.
We should get in the habit. It's summertime. Gets busy. We also like to see as many shows as we can, so that also takes time from our free time. So,
right.
Yeah. I had something else, but I'm losing it. Oh, check out our website, themittenmusic.com. The playlist that Jeff curates.
Curates. There you go. That's the word. All our podcasts are out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
We're gonna some of the people commenting tonight. I'm gonna hit you up, merch guy. Maybe we can get something going with him for merch for us. Who knows?
There we go.
Mitten Music merch.
Oh, yeah.
We've been slowly kind of like doing our own. I mean, not merch, but just a shirt. We each have a T-shirt. We have a poster that we have bands sign when they come in. Do we have anything else?
No, I think that's it. No, we have the cards.
Yeah, and we have business cards.
Business cards, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Business cards.
Yeah, for sure.
Because bands aren't handing out business cards. They don't. That's not something
We should do
care about.
stickers next time.
Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. Stickers. I think stickers is a good idea.
Yeah.
For the podcast with the QR code on there. Somehow.
QR code.
The queer code. The LGBTQ code.
Interesting.
Yeah. Maybe not. I'm an ally, so it's all good.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
Yeah, buddy.
Take care. Good night from the Mint Music.
Everybody, thank you so much.